Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning. Terrapup here, and I guess I'll be looking at the cameras. Um, I haven't done one of these in a while. Well, since the giveaway, and the person finally got the prize. I apologize. I did get it out late, but anyway, couldn't sleep well last night. As you guys know, I've shut down my main lab, and I've been just using the smaller one. And I'll be honest, it's given me some benefits because I am not so focused on all these different crazy projects that I want to do. I'm more focused on trying to finish stuff. You guys have seen me work with these, and try to get stuff up and running. Here's the Alta from Libra Computer. Really enjoying KDE on it. Um, Behind this is the Libra Computer Elite. Okay. But I just wanted to come on for a couple, for at least an hour, talk about things that are going on, um, things I got planned. I was hoping by now to buy a case for my mobile rack. You guys have seen it. I've moved it. It was behind this camera. There was a small dinner table there, and I moved it into the office where I work. And I've been using a B-Link Series 7. It's the teal one. I actually want the orange one, but that one's almost impossible to find. But anyway, it used to sit right here. It's over there because my gaming PC, which has a 750-watt power supply, has been turned off, and I'm just using that because it's low power. Anywhere I could save money by turning off stuff, I've been using smaller power. The only disadvantage so far is when I go to play video games, it is not the best. I mean, it does lock up occasionally, and I lose screens. And I'm starting to wonder if it's more a bug in Windows because this is a Series 5, and I've been playing some games on it with no problems at all. So we'll see. I originally bought that one, as you guys know, as a backup recording, computer because the Lenovo that a buddy gave me for PF Sense, I was going to use it for firewall. I ended up using it for a long time as my recording desk because it has an Intel 7 in it. And I don't know, it just started having issues. I probably need to refresh it. It's still running Windows 10. Maybe pull out the 1 terabyte mechanical and put a 2 terabyte SSD. Anyway, I'm here at my recording desk. Just want to vent. Again, I could not sleep last night. Stuff that's going on in my life it's just crazy, and I'm worried. And yeah, if it wasn't for me doing these small projects, um, I don't know what I would do. I don't smoke, but this is my cigarette. I really need to give those up. I probably could lose a lot of weight, but I just wanted to talk about things I'm noticing, things that are going on. Um, One thing I've noticed, and I'm going to dress up for first, is apparently a lot of kids are using my alias, and I'll go sign up for a new service, and there will be someone already signed up with Terrapup. So, just a quick um, note: if you don't see either the wolf's head or a pumpkin, a jack o' lantern, it's not me, and these are pretenders, and I'm starting to get a little bit mad. I've been using this alias for 40 years. It started back in college when I went to school, and now, like I said, there are lots of people using it, and I don't get why, because I don't think they understand the meaning behind Terrapup. I joke around, say it's a play on werewolf. My nickname is really Pup. Okay. Um, I know a lot of people, they've had names like Bear or Mad Dog or you know other type of names. No, mine was given to me in college, Pup, and I really enjoyed it. And Terrapup came from doing a radio show with a colleague, and he actually called me that because I was bugging him a lot. And I thought, that's a pretty cool alias. And I started joking that it was a play on werewolves. And now, like I said, there are a lot of kids using it. And the reason I say kids is, even though mentally up here I'm like a 17-year-old, um, we're talking people way younger than that. There's someone on Blue Sky that I'm not going to say what they do, but yeah, to each his own. That's my libertarian values. Um, so I wanted to address that. So if again, I use things related because, believe it or not, I am a big fan of B movies and horror films, um, and sci-fi as well. So you could tell real quick if it does not have the some type of jack o' lantern there, um, or my Minecraft icon, which is a creature wearing a pumpkin head. So I tend to stay with that. Trying to find an artist, try to get my cousin to draw something, but uh, every time I reach out to him, he's doing something else. He does really cool photos with action figures. So uh, if you're interested, ping me. I will let you know about the stuff that he does. Uh, right now, I'm looking at my two beagles. They're back there. It's hard to believe Snoopy is now 7 and Rose is now 4. And they are both driving me up the freaking wall. They're good dogs. And I'll be honest with you guys, I was a cat owner. Um, the longest living cat I ever had in my life, and I miss him dearly, is a cat named Target. And I named him that because I found him at a Target. And then, like I said, a couple, 7 years ago, I got Snoopy. No, I didn't name her that, but my kids thought it was funny because they knew my nickname growing up as a kid was Charlie Brown. I've embraced that. I actually joke and call myself the living Charlie Brown, and I have the dog to prove it. Rose was supposed to be um, my daughter Layla, who's with me this weekend. She's in the other room asleep. Her dog, but for some odd reason, has attached herself to me. I can't take 3 steps in this small house without her being right there. If someone comes, she's behind me, and I'm looking at her like, "Excuse me, you're supposed to protect me, not the other way." But anyway, I joke and I call her my Velcro dog. So anyway, speaking of protecting and things like that, I'm doing much better health wise, as you guys know. In, at the end of February, I had a medical issue. Last week, I went and saw the neurologist, and they're very pleased with my progress. I will, looks like I will have to walk with a cane pretty much for the rest of my life. I'll accept that. In fact, I've really got some cool canes already. I'm up to 4. 2 of them are skulls, and two are wolf's heads, so living up with the whole terror pup. But I still have a weird sensation on this side of the body. But other than that, as you guys can tell, I'm not talking slow. I'm not pausing as much. Yes, I do pause. I am dyslexic, but I feel I'm in a much better place. I joke and tell everybody I'm 85% back to normal. Honestly, I can raise that up to 90%. Um, and the neurologist did tell me that, unfortunately, where I am is probably where I'm going to be for the rest of my life. And that's kind of sad because that was my 6 months follow up with them since April. April, good Lord, I was so out of it and all that. It's just one of those. April and most of May, I don't remember. I do remember going back to work. I do remember starting to work on stuff, but yeah, it's. I tell you what, the brain is a wonderful thing, and yeah, I'm just amazed that um, I'm really back where I am today. I'm gonna thank my dogs for that. I know you're probably thinking that's weird, but my son, who just turned 21, was going to stay and take care of me, but I could tell he was miserable. He did not want to be here. And I just told him, go back, live with your mom. Now, he had lived with me for 2 years, and I was very happy to have somebody in the house with me. But, you know, him moving out, I think, is why I'm at the level I am now. Um, if not, I I probably still would be using uh, a walker or something like that. I'm driving. Um, I don't like driving long distance, and I don't like driving at night. And it's mainly because I don't know if you can see on the camera. My left side of my face is good, and it feels normal. My right side, there's something going on with my right eye that it constantly feels weird. And I think it's neuropathy, but it does, after a long period of time, affect me driving. So, which sucks because back in June, I did ask ALE, the Atlanta Linux Enthusiast Group, if anybody was going to Southeast Linux Fest, and nobody replied back. So that means, I couldn't get a ride. I looked at Megabus. Good Lord. For a company that touts we started at $1, it looked like it would have been cheaper for me to fly. The only problem is I got to go 2 hours south to catch a flight for something that's 4 hours north of me. And yeah, my son, he didn't want to go this year. Um, yeah, I don't blame him. We'll get to that in a minute. But not my son, but open source in general and things like that. I might get blacklisted from a lot of organizations. Um, but anyway, so yeah, it's beginning of the year started out with a lion's roar, and then, like I said, I had my medical issue, and like I said, now I'm better, and I've been back to work. I can't really go into much where I work at, and it's not that I don't want to tell you guys. It's just I'm afraid I never signed like an agreement if I could do what I'm doing. So I'm kind of keeping it on the down low. As long as I'm not making any money at this, I think they'll be fine with it. It's when I start making money and I can influence stuff where I work, I think that's going to become an issue. So here, 1 second. Don't mean to. Okay, maybe it's straight, maybe it's me, but camera kind of looks tilted. As you guys can see, need to really shape, but I've been trying to be myself. Thus the handlebars. I know it's very 1800s, but yeah, I really been enjoying that. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to throw up first time ever a banner. I'm starting to learn how to use Streamlabs a little bit better. By the way, Streamlabs, I would love to have you as a sponsor. Maybe we could do an agreement because I'd love to be able to use more cameras. Used to it was inexpensive. It's like $25 a month. Now it's a little bit more, but hey, a lot of people use it to do live events. But the way things are going with streaming right now, if I don't know if you guys watch stuff, it's just crazy. It's a young person's game, and I know here's this old fart. Even though, again, mentally, I think I'm still 17. In fact, it's so weird for me to think in 2 years I'm going to be 60 years old because mentally I'm not prepared for that. Maybe it's me being Gen X. Maybe like I saw a video a while ago where Gen Xers, we don't look at ourselves as being old. Yeah, my body having a medical issue, me slowing down, me using a cane, that kind of has hinted a little bit. But when I was in the hospital, there was a young man across from me who was in his 30s, and he was in a worse off shape than I was. So I don't know. It's all up here. Okay. And luckily, I guess maybe, who knows, maybe me being dyslexic helped with my medical issue because, it's one of those things. Getting back to work, I got laid off. I got called back. Super excited about that. But the one thing that I've been doing for the last 4 months is the leadership role. And guys, I don't mind it. I'm at that point in my career where I really need to do that because there's this stigma in IT. Okay. And we really need to get over that because we're losing a lot of talent and a lot of knowledge. And the stigma is ageism. That is the one thing that I've not, you hear a lot about, oh, yeah, there's sexism, racism, and all. No, no, no. A lot of people, if you're good, you get respected and you are able to excel in your field. It's when you start throwing, and this will be when I get to open source that I'm seeing, it's when you start throwing things about why you should be in this area. That's when people kind of get turned off. And again, it might be me. I'm very libertarian in my thoughts. I've very much been in the middle of the road kind of person, but we'll see. So, hey, you want to get up? Here, come here. Up. Come on, up. Up. She's going to yelp. Let's see if I can. There's my Rose. She's coming by to say hi. Rose did something to her paw. I don't see blood, but she keeps licking it. So we'll see how that's going. Put her on the couch for a second. I got blankets on my couch because when I initially got beagles, I was thinking, short hair, don't shed. Yeah, fool me. You constantly have to vacuum and dust, and it's just, I used to think it was me, but now I know it's them. I did not realize beagles have 2 coats, one that keeps them dry and one that keeps them warm. And if you look at them, you don't realize that. But like I said, Rose, for being the small dog, is the loud dog. Snoopy didn't have that beagle roar. She's got more of a normal bark. So anyway, um, so yeah, in the IT world, there is really we got to get over this, guys. We got to get over ageism. Young people come up, they think they're hot stuff. They don't want to listen to the older folks. The older folks get pushed out because either salary or they don't feel that you should have someone getting close to 60 doing sysadmin work, and you lose a lot of work. A lot of IT professionals will actually um, they will start doing sysadmin work, and then they move into management. And I can tell you, I'd rather be in the weeds doing stuff with my coworkers than up here doing reports, making sure things are right, attending meetings and things like that. Um, I've had to learn to control myself because I am a bit of a hothead. It's probably why I'm single. That and fat and broke doesn't help, because in modern days, it's not your personality anymore, or if you're a good guy, it's how much money you have and what kind of car you drive. Prove me wrong. But anyway, so yeah, been doing that for 4.5 months, and I've been very thankful. But um, the last month, it's been very hard to do a lot of stuff because that's part of the reason I'm up here venting right now. Is I just want to. If I don't vent, um, I could blow up and get mad at people. I've learned a long time ago venting helps. If Who knows, maybe you guys will never see this video. If I got one like out of it, that's cool. Like I said, it's very early on a Sunday morning here in Georgia, and leaves are changing. Me not sleeping very well. Around 4 a.m., we had a huge storm move through, and I don't think Rose noticed because she's crate trained, but Snoopy was actually started snuggling up to me because of the thunder. It's just, it's fall. It's crazy that summer went by so quick. Remember when you were a kid and time seemed to take forever? Oh my God, Halloween's a month away, and to you it felt like it could be 5 years. And then Halloween came, and Thanksgiving was another month away, and then Christmas. Everybody was looking for Christmas, and yeah, it's just now time just flies. I used to really, as a kid, enjoy when I used to watch TV, the holiday specials, the Charlie Brown specials, the Christmas specials, the really weird Halloween ones, things like that. And now I hardly ever watch TV. I watch so much YouTube, it's not funny. And I think a lot of people are that way. They're moving away from mainstream media to these short forms. Just one, I don't want people preaching to me. I'm 58. I've made it pretty well. And you telling me all this stuff, and especially when you start telling me I'm wrong, I'm sorry. You have not walked in my shoes. You do not allow to get to do that. But I just get tired of the preachiness, and I'm sorry, if I'm going to sit down, watch TV, I want to be entertained. That was the whole purpose of television. Television was to educate entertain, and inform. And lately, it's become more propaganda than ever. And again, I'm probably going to lose subscribers for being this way, but it really bugs me at the amount. I mean, even YouTube, their um, what they recommend, things like that. It's we're so divided. Um, it's not funny. So, all right. But anyway, so home lab. So yeah, I got everything now in the office, and it's amazing. I want to thank DeskPi again. Appreciate you guys. I got everything on top of my media shelf, and it looks beautiful. And I'm drawing uh, probably less power than I would if my bare metal was on. Each server in my rack has dual 700-watt power supplies. Oh, sorry. Has dual 700-watt power supplies. And right now, if I added up all the different watts, and that's adding it up just based on what I'm seeing. If I plugged in like a meter, I'm probably not pulling that much wattage on it. And then I really do need to look at the ampage because that's where I could, be having some problems. Okay. But I'm using one micro, uh, super micro tower and one super micro um, bare metals. Everything else is shut off. And the only reason that bare metals is up and running is I joined them together, and I found out the hard way if you turn one off, it turns console off for both. For both, even you expect the one that's off, right? But no, you can't even console into the stuff that is there. So I went ahead and turned it back on. Um, you know, it's nice. I really need to set up Nash storage so I can start moving the verts in between. But I really am enjoying Proxmox, uh, which if you notice, I did that video about OpenSUSE. Right now in my house, I have an F3 that's up there, a Banana Pi F3 that has OpenSUSE on it, and I have a couple verts. I'm not running OpenSUSE anymore, and I kept hoping because early on, OpenSUSE did a real big thing where they were pushing Zen over libvirt. You would use YAS to set it up, and you would go through there. My understanding is the new version of Leap YAS is gone, and I really love YAS. And for those that don't know what YAS is, it's yet another set of tool. And I tried Walk, I tried Cherry, and I kept hoping that we would get something that would utilize and you can manage your verts. I know. First thing everybody's going to say is, "Hey, TerraPup, why didn't you just use Cockpit?" I did. I just didn't like it. I don't get me wrong. I love Cockpit. I just didn't like how um, it did the accessing. Like if you were using VNC over Spice, you had to download and then you had to use a third party viewer to do a virtual viewer in order to access it. And that's kind of why I started using XRDP in my lab religiously everywhere because it was just easier for me if I'm at a Windows station or even another Linux station to connect that way. VNC, I used to use it back in the day. I actually had a script that I would run to like select the different size and different color palettes, and that was nice. Um, XDMP was very nice, but I know everybody's going to be like, oh, but that's security. And it was just nice that I could bring up something, and if uh, DMP was running, I could disconnect to it and work on it. And I think we've lost something when that we lost that. Um, I've been so I got everything over there. It's running. The office is quiet. Well, that's not true. For the most part, my office is quiet. It is surprising. Hey Snoopy, the small bore computers and you know how they run. You want up? Hey, come on. You want me to lift you up? Here, come here. 1 second, guys. This is Snoopy. She's my other beagle. She's my dog. Yes. And she's a freaking vampire. By that permission, she will not hop up on the couch by herself. She'll come to me like she just did, and then I'll put her up on the couch and she'll sleep there. There have been times I'll be going like, "Oh, hey, I'm going bye bye," because usually she likes to sleep in the bed with me, which I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's gross." Well, yeah, I did try to crate train her for about a year, and she's more happy sleeping next to me. But the couch, it's part of the reasons I got blankets on there. But anyway, she'll sleep there all night. Here, she was named appropriately. She's a weird dog. But anyway, so having everything there is great. The one thing, like I said, my office, I thought it would be quiet. It's not. My small business, okay, Cisco switch is freaking loud. I thought the servers were loud. I realized, I'm like, why am I still here in my office? Everything's pretty much shut down. No, it is. It's your well, no, it could also be the Sonic firewall, which I need to look and see if I can replace that one. But anyway, um, the networking gear is just super loud, and I don't get it. Um, I've actually eliminated two switches by finally setting up VLANs. I used to have three for the three active VLANs that I use. Now I'm down to everything's Cisco small business, except for the stuff in the T series and the power over Ethernet switch that's on my desk. Everything else is Cisco, and it's older gear. Um, it works. I'm not going to replace it. I don't see a need right now for 2 or 10 gig. Maybe down the road I will look at that when it's a little bit more um, in my price range, or I have subscribers or people on my Patreon list that can help me buy stuff, or if some sponsor says, "Here, give it a shot," I will try it out. But for the most part, um, I'm still buying my own equipment, which is why, believe it or not, I bought a lot of stuff before the holidays. And this stack over here next to the TV, that is stuff that is yet to be set up. And yeah, I've gotten a lot of stuff set up. I'm actually was enjoying this. I love zero size boards. This is a Ratsa 03 with the Ethernet, and I bought these thinking they were actually cases. They're header boards for Pis, but I figured out a way to make them into little cases. I think I did a video. Maybe the video's not up there yet, but anyway. So I'm all about e-waste. How can I say that? But yeah, so that little having that rack now in my office and having all the big stuff, I can now focus more when I'm not tired from work on getting it set up. Like, I really want to do Kubernetes. Um, I really wish we can get to like one standard. One of the reasons I really loved libvirt was because it didn't matter if you were using Red Hat, Debian, um, or Slackware. If you had it installed, as long as the kernel could support it, it was the same mechanics. Kubernetes, and even now Docker, because now you have Docker or you're using Podman, contain or LXCs. You have like the container area is so diverse. It's crazy. I mean, Hyper-V, which is Proxmox, or sorry, hypervisors, not Hyper-V. Hyper-V is Microsoft's hypervisor. Anyway, hypervisors, you got Zen, you have libvirt, okay, Open ZV. That area is still kind of fractured and divided. So it would be nice if we could get to some type of standards. I mean, it would be nice. But anyway, yeah, I've got rid of my last OpenSUSE server, and it was really heartbreaking because I've been running Tumbleweed on it for ages. I had a lot of you know, virtual servers on it. I was using libvirt, but I got tired of something I could not uh, manage the way I wanted to manage. Um, I'll blame vSphere, okay. But the other reason was, I know people are going to say it's progress, but OpenSUSE is not the OpenSUSE I fell in love with. And I still would like to get back and use it, but with Yas not being part of it anymore, I am a little bit irritated. Um, I actually started a Yas page on Facebook, and it was pretty popular, so popular that the OpenSUSE folks that were like, "Hey, we need to be able to manage this, not just you." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And they have, but there's not been any updates. It's pretty much gone. They tried to rewrite it in Ruby, and I think that was a big mistake, just because someone who has tried to learn development, Ruby changes so radically, so quick. It's one of those things. But all right, well, open source in general, I think right now is fixing to collapse because a lot of us old timers are getting out of it because we don't like how it's becoming so divisive and political. If you watch Lunduk, I met him, by the way, him and his cousin, and he used to be a board member of OpenSUSE, and he keeps pointing out how divisive it is, and it really has. I mean, again, my values are very libertarian. I don't care what you do, you know, as long as it doesn't affect me. And if I have to join sorry, I just saw a comment. If I have to worry about what I say and do, oh, it's not for that. So, Gambam, yeah, orchestrate. Yeah, that's Kubernetes. That's containers. Like I said, I really want to learn it. Where I work at, I actually built our Docker container, and even that has changed how they build stuff. And I just have not kept course. I thought it at one time of becoming a full stack developer so I could develop the containers myself. But I would rather do automation. So, but thank you for the comment. Hey, I got one viewer. I'm happy. So, but anyway, so yeah, if you see me not really endorsing or uh, being active like I used to in open source, it's because it's really become too hot, too political. And I'm hoping at some point people realize they're chasing off a lot of great people, great developers, and we'll see where we go from that. Um, but hey, I got my home lab, and apparently, if you've noticed one thing, so I started off doing a lot of these small board computers, and then I was like, let me get into my home lab, and I've noticed a lot of other content creators, they're really focused on home lab. Home lab is like a really hot topic, and you know, I've been doing home labbing. Good lord, I can find a picture of my son climbed up on my desk, and I have like a ton of O'Reilly books. And yeah, I my first home lab was a SUSE 5.3 server connected to a bonded ISD LAN, and I was running my own mail server, web server, and DNS server off of that single server. And that was, and it was also the gateway for the house. I ran DHCP on it. I mean, I went from there to the big setup that you see today. But it's just amazing seeing the number of content creators who have now moved away from their stuff to home labbing. And for small people like me, it doesn't help because I was struggling before with the small board computers. Now, and some of my higher rated videos were the home labbing ones, and now I have to fight with other ones. But I'm still going to keep doing home labbing. I mean, I really am enjoying the smaller 10-inch stuff. So, Oaknote, who sent me their one server, I really have maximized it. I have that a couple CWWKs, these fanless PCs. They're great. In fact, I'm going to give a recommendation, and I don't do many recommendations. If you go the fanless, these big, massive computers, okay, go with an i3. The reason being is the N series, they're great. They are powerful. It's amazing that the Centron, because that's essentially what a Centron is, Intel has kept those around for so long and they can do so much. But if you want something that you can utilize, okay, an i3 or higher is phenomenal. Like, you know what my best computer is, and I'm probably underutilizing it? My Miniform MS-01. And the reason I say that is right now it's just running containers. If I ever can get a inexpensive U2 to expand the storage, it'll be great. It can go up to 96 gigs of memory. It has an i9 processor in it, and it's just crazy what I could do with that. If I had 3 or 4 of those, I could do an awesome cluster. I would do my I'm already running TrueNAS as a vert opposed to running it as physical hardware like I used to, just because I'm getting more used doing it with Proxmox and TrueNAS there. And if I could set up a cluster, Okay. With SEP in storage pools, I probably can move it around a little bit more. It's something to think about, but it's just I'm loving the fact that I can do so much more with it. But no, I'm going to be pulling back. I'm still going to try to submit some papers. I doubt I'll get picked because, again, the worst thing in IT is ageism. Um, I'm not young. I'm not production wise. You don't see me with the flashy cameras. I am. I was trying to do that because, believe it or not, this was my capture card. It died. I am trying to find a better one so that I can actually do more stuff to show you guys. But you know, things cost money, and no, I'm not begging for money. I kind of like being independent. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to have subscribers and making money off of YouTube, but we'll just need to see where we go from that. So, you know, I'm not going away. Things are still just going to be quiet for a while, and if you did tune in for a little bit and like Gambon, I hope I'm saying your name right, and I apologize. I'm dyslexic. There's a young lady at work. I keep waiting for her just to get mad and scream, "My name is," because I've said it wrong a few times, and people are correcting me, and it's not intentional. It's just when you're dyslexic, you see it and you get things um, in your mind a certain way. Like I used to say TCP, PCP, TPC, and yeah, and I would get corrected constantly about that, and UDP and things like that. But anyway, so I'm gonna be ending it here in about another 14 minutes. But no, guys, health wise, doing great. Mentally, I'm a little bit worried, and that's only because, like I said, things are going on in my life that I can't control. I want to get back and start doing long form videos. I may figure out a way to do that with what I got. The problem is, you see the area that I'm in, okay? It's not really, I like it, but I can tell you guys don't like how I got it set up because it's not ideal for recording. I should have like a nice camera that looks down above and, you know, all the angles. I would show you guys. Hold on, let's see if I can. I think I can change the camera. 1 second. If I lose you guys, I lose you guys. So, nope. Okay. So yeah, this is the above camera, and there's speaking of Yas, there's the armadillo, the mascot for Yas, and I like this angle just because I can, you know, put something down and you guys can see it, but it's again, it's not ideal. It would be better something I can zoom in, zoom out. You can't do that with webcams, or at least I have not figured out how to do it with webcams. Okay, so let's go back to me. Right. Sorry, guys. Again, I got to get a new replacement for this camera. It's either the Dell 3010 that I'm plugged into, or the camera. Here, let's see this. We'll lower this and we'll put it on me. Ugh, it's ugly. I bought this one because supposedly it's true 4K, but right below it is my son bought this a couple years ago as Christmas present, and it keeps going in and out. And same with like, there's a red dragon that used to be hooked up to my desk over here because I really wanted to do headshots. The problem with it is here's the old mat that used to be on my table, and yeah, this is a mess. Um, it doesn't seem want to focus the way it wants that I would want it to. So yeah, I got to get like a professional camera. One of those SRLs that I can zoom in, zoom out, you know, get a little remote and stuff like that. But anyway, all right. I got more stuff coming. Like I said, there's a number of items back there that I have not hooked up. Like I got a RISC-V board from Orange Pi I need to set up. I finally bought a CM5 from Orange Pi. I started seeing that Banana Pi has released a CM6. Ratsa actually has a few new boards. I'd like to get an ARM ITX board, honestly. I'm looking at those, maybe an Orion, because I tell you what I really have been enjoying. It's not an ITX, but this thing here, this is a Desk Pi Cube. You're supposed to put like a Raspberry Pi in it. If you do put a Raspberry Pi in, I would put a 5. Okay, but you see the little tail? I have an Orange Pi CM4 in there, and it works phenomenal. So I'm kind of tempted to buy another Desk Pi Cube and put the CM5 in it and do that. And by the way, I really need to start using Geekbench and things like that so that you guys can see more. Most of my videos, I've been assembling and showing you guys stuff, but I'm going to try to get a little bit more technical. I still am going to say stay away from GNOME on small board computers, and I know I could just feel the daggers of hate coming towards me right now. And the reason being is, like a lot of these boards, they don't have the graphics for it. Wayland is just overkill. I know everybody's moving more towards Wayland, but if you're going to use something, use XFace or LXQT, something very lightweight. Hell, if it was still a thing, I would say use Window Maker. Just because a lot of these boards, I think what kills a lot of boards is the developers, they grab GNOME on it, they throw, and then people bitch and moan that it's so slow, it can't do a lot, and they give up on the board when they should just say, hey, utilize a lighter weight Windows management system on it. This Alta that I set up from Libre Computer, it's got 4 gigs of memory. I'm running KDE on it. I tried to go with XFCE4. I call it XFace, but anyway, I tried to get that on there, but the spin wouldn't work. I'm actually running KDE and Plasma, and so far, it's been working great. I've been really enjoying that. I have on that Banana Pi F3. That is a RISC-V board as well. I'm actually running XFace on it, and it's running beautiful. I forget what they actually came with. It again, most of my boards I'm running XFCE4 on them, and it's been working out really well. And then got a new more collection of LCDs I need to show you guys because these have been coming in handy. But all right. Sorry, I know I've been rambling, but like I said, this was more venting, kind of explains stuff going on with me. Again, health wise, I'm doing great. I'm going to keep pushing myself, keep getting better. For now, I've shrunk my footprint. I have not seen a true electrical bill because the one that came in mid October is actually part of September. So when I see the electrical bill that comes this month, I'll know how much I really saved. And it was still kind of high because, it's tomorrow, it's going to be in the 40s here in Georgia, and that's Fahrenheit, not Celsius. Today, we're going to have a high of 69. A couple weeks ago, we were still in the 80s. So I was still running the air conditioner. I run it probably throughout the year, and it's not because I want to. It's because we'll have crazy weather days where suddenly it drops up, or not drops. It gets high, and you're sweating. I mean, um, initially, you guys saw the one video where I wanted to go to the small board computers because my office was 100 degrees. And actually, when it started cooling down a bit, I turned stuff back on because I was needing to get to stuff. And then I realized, you know, um, what I really need is a decent NAS with big hard drives, and I probably could get rid of everything in that rack, and just get a couple more fanless PCs, and I'll be doing great. Or give me another Miniform PC. Those have been great. In fact, let me show you guys something. I think I did a video on this. This is a PC stick. I bought this to replace this. This is an Atom. This is an actual Intel. And because this is Atom, I'm running Debian on it, and it's 32-bit. I don't think we can do 64, but anyway, I used to carry this around with me. Now I carry this, and this is phenomenal. And this was my first Miniform, and I have to admit, Miniform is a pretty cool one. But later on in December, I'm going to do my first top 5. I would say mini PCs, and then top 5 SPCs. And I guess I should just say small board computers, because at work I said SBCs, and apparently SBC stands for, in the firewall networking world, standard base configuration. And I was like, no, I actually mean small board computers. And then other people use it for a different terminology. And then just like KVM, if you say KVM, to me, I'm going to think kernel virtual machine. I'm not going to think keyboard, video, and mouse. Okay, which, granted, that was the original meaning of it. But to me, a KVM is like I said, it's a kernel virtual machine. But anyway, yeah, if I can get a NAS system with 10 terabyte drives, maybe 20 terabyte drives, I can eliminate all of those noisemakers. But we'll see. Anyway, it's been an hour. thank you guys. Like I said, I just wanted to come on, vent for a while. Um, at least I saw one person watch it. I know it's here in the United States, especially the East Coast. It is early, and I'm gonna go cook breakfast here in a little bit, and then I'm gonna try to figure out what am I gonna work on. I've been enjoying messing around with my Retroflag GPI Case 2. It's been really nice. I still want to do a video on this WaveShare case. You can actually get these now with Raspberry Pi 4s. There's a, you know, I might try to see if I can do an upgrade. I actually have their original round one, and for a while until I washed it, I had their little zero one, and same with like the RetroPie one. I really still like to play a lot of retro games. In fact, coolest thing was yesterday. I was talking to a young man at Code Ninja about playing retro games, and we were talking. He likes not Castlevania, Metroid, and I was like, dude, and he is like, I really want to get in Castlevania, and I recommended him go buy Steam's Castlevania Anniversary Pack because it's a great way to get into the same games that are similar to Metroid and things like that. But no, I have out in the garage. I need to get it recapped. Actually, I need to get all my stuff recapped, but I have PC Engine. That's pretty much the stuff that I've been playing is PC Engine stuff that I own, so I don't get into trouble. But that's going to be it. Thanks, guys. I feel a little bit better. I'm not going to go back to sleep, but I just everything that's going on right now. I had so much stuff planned for this year. Health issues, work, and now again work has kind of put a crimp on what I want to do and what I can do. And I'm not going away. I know a lot of people thought I was taking a break because of my health. Nope. I'm just for time period because I powered on my PC, and again, like I said, I lost the one camera here. I really need to replace this. Okay. But I turned it on just so I could talk with you guys and vent a little bit. So this is TerraPup, no, the one and only TerraPup. Do not accept any imitations, okay? Because trust me, there's a lot of kids out there. Again, I started off this live video using my alias. I've been using it now. I'm 58. I started using this when I was 18. For 40 years, I am the one and only TerraPup. So until next time, everybody, peace.